All right, folks, you've gotten a quick look at the brackets. We're getting into the final series of the day for the groups, but we still have one more best of 3 after this with the amateur tournament. Also, we had, oh, I'm not going to say this name right. ZvZ? Something like that. Thank you for the Prime sub. Came and enjoy the commercial break. Oh, ZvZ. That makes more sense. I don't know why I tried to pronounce the X. ZvZ. From the ZvZ shore. All right. Bly and TLO are in the lobby. It looks like we're good to go. Let's hop into backwater. As there's no intro, we'll just sail on into it. Also, I don't know who he's tuning in or who he is in Twitch chat, but Grippy SC2 puts out a bold statement talking about the BTSL, saying the Koreans are going to have to go through me. I like it, dude. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, you guys want to know something really stupid we're doing for BTSL that will actually give the Koreans some potential trouble?
What is that?
Actually, I've told Wardy already. We'll tell you guys in a second. Let's do the intros first to get this out of the way. So, big thank you to the music for the Twitch Prime sub. Also joining in here on the Base Trade Brigade. But spawning here in the lower right, we have the Blue Zerg Team Liquid's TLO.
And in the upper left-hand side, our Red Zerg player. As team experts lie.
All right. While these guys didn't go for early pools, we've really been trying to craft how to best do the BTSL, right? Like, we're going to have 4 players invited and flown in. And so the logic is simple for this. No matter what the format is of day 1 for the open bracket, 4 people will get through to compete on day 2 against the 4 people who flew in. But I was thinking on it more and more, and I'm like, this is really unfair because, like, you could do really amazing on day 1 and then get screwed by fighting as hero due to bad seeding or bad luck. So how can we make this, like, a little more fair, but also not make it super, like, borderline match fixing, right? So what we're gonna do, and this is gonna be maybe unpopular, but fuck it, it's my tournament and I get to do what I like. And what I really like lately is free-for-alls. So what we're gonna do for day 2 is we're gonna have an 8-person free-for-all to determine seeding. Meaning you could actually decide by teaming up who gets placed where on that round of 8 bracket. So where you place in the free-for-all will be where you place on seeding. Technically, someone like Hero or Impact, who would have like arguably 1 or 2 for seeding, could end up with 8 or 5, depending where they get knocked out. And what we're going to do, importantly as well, is we're going to put the players together in person and force them to discuss some team tactics, because we're going to allow teaming for that free-for-all. And that free-for-all is going to be the most unique way anyone's determined a round of 8 match in any tournament.
Surely if one of the Koreans dies first, the other Korean will just want to die as soon as possible afterwards, though.
Ideally, yeah, there's some coordination you got to do. You got to dive with your sword, man. You see Impact goes down, you're like, oh, fuck. Okay, oops, I accidentally killed my own command center. Whoopsies. It's like Survivor. A little bit, Zero Grad. A little bit. Vote that bitch off the island. Kind of, yeah.
Oops, I accidentally left the game.
So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a horribly cringy, backfiring experience, but I'm hoping it will actually be unique and fun. Because, yeah, it'll basically be free-for-all, 4 round of 8 matches, semifinals and finals.
Can I call dibs on casting the free-for-all?
I think we're going to have all of us try and call dibs on cast that free-for-all.
It's going to
be a hot mess.
Cast of the free-for-all.
The quadcast, yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually thought about the logistics for casting it all, because I know we're all pretty malleable people who can just do whatever. Yumi, Zombie, Maynard, but yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that. So we've got that. We've also reweighted the prize pool slightly. I'll be posting information about that publicly later, because I got to double check the numbers to make sure they're all good. But I put a poll out on Twitter, which some of you may or may not have seen. However, if you didn't, it's too late to influence it now, because it was questioning, do you guys want to see like more top-heavy prize pools, more evenly distributed prize pools? Where do you see this stuff go, right? But the one thing I will say that is not changing is for the BTSL offline finals, we're going to be paying up to 16th place. So remember how I said earlier, if at least 16 people show up, you got a pretty good chance of winning money. You might be Silver League scrub, but all you got to do is get through round 1 and you win money.
That's kind of sick.
So hopefully we'll have some good signups of competition. But I know there's that guy earlier who was trolling a little bit, and he had also made a snide comment about, oh, I'm just worried you guys are pushing these really hard and desperate. No, we haven't even actually made a proper public. The only information out there about the event right now is through our tweet. I haven't made a Team Liquid post or a Reddit thread or a Facebook message because we've really wanted to give an advantage of like a heads up to our dedicated fans. And now, starting as it's the 1 month countdown, you'll start seeing some more proper promotion for it. I'm really not worried about ticket sales in the slightest. In fact, not to like, I'm more confused than boastful with this, but we've almost sold out of VIP tickets than any. We've sold one competitor pass. Like what?
One?
One competitor pass versus the $100 VIP tickets.
So we've got one player.
At the moment, we've got 5 players, Wardy, because 4 will be coming in from the world. Hello?
Oh, no, yeah, but I meant for the open bracket.
Oh, then yeah, technically, yes.
Can VIP people compete?
Yeah, they actually do double over as competitor passes if they want. But I'm really curious more so, as the potential prize pool increases with people using codes or like, hopefully this match will getting some more love. At 20,355. I guess we'll have an NA player coming in too, so that means 6, and then of course a second one possibly on deck. But I'm just hoping that this prize pool is big enough that it actually attracts people to come in their own. Like, if we get like a $10,000 prize pool, surely someone from Europe's gonna be like, you know what? I can place top 16. That'll be worth my while. Fly over, get the team to sponsor it or something. Well, fingers crossed.
Also, I mean, it's also only like a week or so before Austin, right? It's like, I guess it's a 2 week.
You know what? Strategically, go to Canada, play this, maybe win, maybe not, but adjust your time so you're not jet lagged for Austin. I'm just saying.
Yeah. See, try and grab a spot in the Root House or something for the next week.
Or just Airbnb because it's dirt cheap. I was actually talking about this with the Koreans. You can get some, like, at least for Canada, I don't know about swapping over to Austin. You could stay in Vancouver for like 56 Canadian a night in some places. Like, that's like $2 American? That's not a problem. That's super cheap. Actually, what would be cool is someone did fly over. Like, this is just gonna have an open call. Like, if any pros come over from Europe or something, just come to the base, come to Rifkin's house, man. We can cast some games or something while you're here. Earn a couple of bucks. There you go. Make it even more affordable.
Even more affordable. Come party with Woody in New York. That's the fun idea.
Yeah, actually, so are you going to Canada first or New York first?
Canada, then New York, then
Austin.
Then Austin. Yeah, I'm going to Philly after New York. But that's basically
nice. Get a cheesesteak. I hear they're good.
I don't know what else is in Philly, so yeah. The ZvZ, by the way. I forgot we're in game. We're like 7 minutes.
It's, you know what the thing is though, in fairness, this has been a really passive ZvZ.
Yeah, the most passive ZvZ you can get. Nothing has happened so far.
No one really did anything too decisive, but I guess it is worth noting Bly is behind in upgrades ever so slightly, but the army supplies about even, the worker counts are not even that big of a difference. The income's been back and forth. I mean, this has been about the most no-rush game you could ask for to talk about the BTSL, frankly.
Yeah.
So thank you to the players. Hashtag scripted.
Thanks, Bly. Thanks, TLO.
Actually, I guess in every other game out there, it's scripted, but for StarCraft 2, it'd be match fixing. Feels bad, man.
TLO did just do 7 drones.
Yes, I mean, that's really good for Bly, but I don't know that 7 drones is so bad. 4 bases and your army's getting close to maxed out, it might be better to have a couple extra Hydras for a fight. Or, in possibly TLO's case, Lurkers.
So if you get up to Lurkers, obviously that's going to be very powerful, but you have to be able to get there. And it takes so long to build Lurkers, and already Bly's at the front pressuring. But so far TLO has held off, so if you can hold that on for a little bit longer, it should be kind of fine. As actually he's even pushing Bly back at the moment. So, I mean, Mutas show up, but he's got Hydras out already. So really, Bly's not going to get much done with the Southern Mutalists. You know,
this is going to be really interesting for more than just hashtag Bly things. If I say hashtag again, feel free to kill me, guys. Because this will maybe get some worker harass, maybe pick off the odd Hydra or Queen, like we're seeing, and that's cool. But this will be really effective against Lurkers. If they're alone and without proper support, the Mutas could go in and surgically remove them, but hold that thought. Bly takes a fight in the middle of the map. TLO's actually pushing back into this. They're even on upgrades now, so a lot of this will be determined by TLO's Hydras, giving him a little bit of extra damage, helping push Bly back.
Bly getting pushed all the way back to the upper left-hand side. It's just going to be seen the corrosive Val coming down, and, well, I mean, Bly's trying to buy time, but unfortunately, TLO's just like, no, you're not getting your time. Keeps on pressing forwards. In the end, TLO does peel away, but that's only because he's got more Hydras coming, and he's about to get the Lurker Den. So now he can actually use the Lurkers aggressively. Well, I might be in some trouble here if he doesn't have enough biles to kind of shut down a couple before a fight, at least. He needs something.
I mean, Tunneling Claws is such a classic tactic, and it's always cool to see that get around an army and, you know, a couple roaches to each of the mineral lines. I don't know if that'll work, though. Either way, roaches collide in the middle of the map, and once again, Hydras will give a little bit of extra damage, so I think I favor TLO for this fight as long as he doesn't eat too many Corrosive Biles. But Bly actually just managed to remove the Overseer, so if and when he gets his own Lurkers, that'll be really nice. Or just burrow for the roaches in general, but... He sees, I think he saw that Lurker, so he knows what's going on here. He's got to be very careful about this. The TLO could focus down that Overlord. He's busy just shooting the roaches. This Lurker getting some really good damage from far in the low ground. Remember, that's 36 damage a shot to these roaches in Splash. And Bly is getting absolutely riggedy wrecked.
That one Lurker did so much. He moves up the ramp now, but Corrosive Biles will come down on it. Lurker doesn't quite go down yet. I actually cannot believe how much this single Lurker has done Rifkin. It has been an absolute hero. As we see Bly chase away towards the upper right, so a few units that will not really be able to join a fight effectively now. TLO is still in the kind of the aggressive front, but Bly's about to get Tunneling Claws and Burrow, and that is something that can maybe turn the momentum slightly into his favor. TLO still pushed with one Lurker. I don't think it's going so well anymore. Is it? I don't even know. This is so weird.
I really wish... I really wish if there's the next thing to develop, if you could mouse over unit, hold control, and see how much damage it's done in total this game or something.
Right,
because yeah, that's only had 4 kills on it, but that thing is definitely responsible for like a dozen roach deaths at least.
God, you know how much you'd be able to complain about Protoss then? That'd be so amazing.
Yeah, it's sort
of like 3,000 damage.
Yeah. Click on a Raven. Oh man.
Oh no. Oh no, that's dirty.
Actually, the Raven would be a meme because the Raven wouldn't actually have that much because it's multiple Ravens that do a lot of damage, not just one. But okay, Bly still holding on. He's still in this. He's got good workers. He's got burrow tactics. He's moving on towards Hive. I mean, that was a great fight for TLO, but realistically, look at the resources lost. Look at what's currently on the field. Look at these upgrades. I mean, this is a pretty surprising class. Like, if I was going into this series, I lean towards TLO. I think TLO even 2-0. No offense, Bly. But this has been such an evenly fought game. That's really making me reconsider my thoughts on the matchup here.
I was a little bit intrigued by the kind of attack of TLO. Like the one Lurker, there's nothing stopping him just backing away, and rather than trading out, just moving in like 6 to 8 Lurkers and then attacking, right? And I really feel like that could have done so much more, because imagine 6 to 8 Lurkers show up and there's no answer for them. It's kind of deadly as we see the Muters getting a little bit of damage done, but these roaches being chased away. TLO bringing the supplies back to even. Bly now with his own 5 Lurkers on the way up, 8 Lurkers on the way up. That's just kind of what I expected to see from TLO, but never actually saw come into play.
I'm also a little surprised these Mutas are still roaming around the map doing anything, but even picking off Overlords just in the corners. I mean, I guess I didn't really consider it. Bly has so much map vision when you look at it. TLO has just got what he's got, you know? There's no Overlord spread. Wherever his army is exactly what he can see. Whereas Bly sees all the instant attacks coming from multiple angles and should be able to position himself. Oh, do you think this is... Yeah, so I'm wondering, do you think this is for Greater Spire or just Adaptive Talons or both? I mean...
I think Adaptive Talons and maybe Vipers initially, so he can pull Lurkers of his opponent, because he's probably expecting Lurkers, right?
Yeah, I mean, he saw one earlier, right? But then none since. Yeah. I think Adaptive Talent is probably the best thing he could have going forward. But you're right, like a Viper or 2 could also Blinding Cloud. There's a lot of potential, but... Oh, he does actually sneak a ton of roaches to the other side of the map, and TLO... he does deal with the Lurkers pretty quick. Bly doesn't have that solid defense anymore.
TLO's just going to send a few Corrosive Biles here, so that hurts him. As we see him on 2 fronts, but the Lurkers on the right-hand side again, a lot done. TLO losing so much those roaches get to work, and it suddenly feels as though Bly is the one that's finding all the openings and all of the damage here at the moment.
Okay, as you say, I hope he splits the roaches, though. There's only so much you can do after clearing out that mineral line. So he clears the Spore Crawler, starts heading towards the main, burrowing to regen a little bit too. I mean, look at that healing. Look at that healing! That is so silly! He was taking so much roach fire and just like lived through it, no problem. He kills the hatchery at the 3rd base. He's denying the hatchery down here to the 5th. And of course, now that army moves down through the center of the map, and TLO, who was looking real good moments ago, is suddenly perhaps in a lot of trouble. I think his army could still fight Bly's army head on, because Bly's got a lot of his army segmented elsewhere, thus missing supply from the main fight. But, oh man. his Bly's tech, I mean, 4 Vipers is going to make a world of difference. Not to mention the adaptive claws, or talons, excuse me. This is the instant burrow for the lurkers. And
eventually the plus 3 missiles as well is going to go such a huge way to helping out. TLO is going to come in with a huge engagement though, and this is mostly Hydra, so it is a very squishy army. It will die so fast. And there's nothing to back it up at all. Where are the lurkers? Where's anything? There's the lurkers coming through, but TLO's on top of them, so he can target those down. Suddenly, Bly is losing so many units. TLO, and
but look at that damage.
But he so much. Dude. Oh my god, the lurkers! What?
He killed the lurkers, but he took so much damage from them in the process of killing them. TLO's army just evaporated. Oh my goodness. What a game.
What a ZvZ.
Yo,
I thought that was TLO's game until like 2 seconds before the end.
That was like the most boring build-up to the most epic late game back and forth, like even trading for like 10 minutes. I loved that game. I got a smile on my face. That's all I can do. Yo, we got some bits coming in, by the way. Thank you, Bloomer Bagel. Yes, I say Bagel. Deal with it. For some good It's My Sunday content. Well, I hope you're enjoying your day off, and thank you for joining us on a Wednesday. Griffalus, I think we said, but just in case we didn't, thank you for the 44 months. And we're moving into game 2 here as the lobby's already up. Thank you for hosting these games, Wardy.
No problem. Like I say, I've got to be useful for something, right?
Maui Jaden, I'm sorry to inform you, by the way, in chat, you are too late. The amateur tournament's actually already coming to a close for today. But don't miss out next Wednesday. Every Wednesday, guys, we're hosting amateur tournaments. The league size and skill will vary, but it's every Wednesday consistently so far and for the foreseeable future.
Players are ready?
Yep. Neon Violet Square. Let's hop into it. Possibly the last game of the day. We'll see you guys in game. Oh, he was asking about the amateur tournament for next week. Lucky for you, good sir, we have all 4 weeks of each month posted at the beginning of the month. So if you type !noob in chat, like noob, you will get a Team Liquid thread that shows you all of the sign-up links for all of the amateur cups. So, no, it's not too late to sign up. You have until like 5 minutes before the tournament starts to sign up. So you can really get in there. But all right, folks, it's game number 2. Spawning here in the lower right side. I'm having a brain fart. TLO won that last game, right? No, Bly, because of the lurkers at the end. You're right. Oh. Spawning here to the lower right. He's actually on his last life. Things are looking dangerous for our Team Liquid player. It's the Red Zerg TLO.
To the top left-hand side, it's his second life of this tournament after he came in to replace someone today. It is Bly.
Of course, if Bly ends up winning this after having been knocked out of the previous group, there are so many arguments about this being horribly unfair. But as much as I would like to feel like I should take the responsibility for that, really I think blame shifts towards Lambo. Leaving us hanging at the last second totally sucked. But at the same time, as a Bly fan, it'd be really cool to see him pull through and actually go to the next group stage. Because I think what I really enjoy about Bly is what I said earlier. He's not a guy I really look for to win the tournaments necessarily, and obviously, hey, it's cool if he does, but he's a guy who's going to disrupt the brackets, and he makes things a lot harder for the players who have to compete, so you know we're going to get better games out of the other players to compensate. So whoever he ends up in a group with, if he goes through, will have a much more or I guess a much different time than if it was TLO, for example.
I like your thought process. It's kind of cool. Like, he disrupts the brackets. It's kind of true though. Like, he makes people, you know, he knocks Soul down to the losers match with a couple of roach rushes, and all of a sudden, Soul's on the verge of being knocked out, and he gets knocked out.
And there's a fair argument being made in chat, by the way, but I think it's really hard to prove this one, with Mr. Gumpy Gill saying Bly stepped in and he earned his second chance. And like, I agree, like, okay, he got to play some good games and he played better and played well, and this worked out better than the first group pick, but I'm at my wit's end in terms of like no shows for this guys. Because this is like,
we've had no shows every week, I feel like,
and it's from players you really wouldn't expect, sort of, in Lambo and Lucira, and like, not to mention the it wasn't connected, but the Twitch Rivals event too. A lot of players that have in the past been quite dependable really letting us down. So at this point, I'm just like throwing my hands in the air saying, fuck it, we just gotta get on with the show. Worry about fairness another time.
It's actually insane. 3 of the EU groups had a dropout. Wow.
Yeah. But hey, we got some more subs coming in. More positive notes. Not to get bogged down by the terrible details of what has happened. Goonsy Daddy, thank you for that brand new Prime sub. Clipos came back for 38 months to continue supporting us, saving esports and GamePro. Well, he gave us a 0 viewer host and tricked me into reading his name out.
Oh.
Oh. Well played. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting the channel one way or the other. As I've mentioned several times, consider syncing up your Discords to get replay packs, guys, but also make sure to hit that follow button if you haven't yet as well, so you don't miss out on any of the stuff we're doing here on the channel. Nice block out of Bly, full wall off, so only one way into the base from the south.
You know, I hit the follow button on the channel, and now I see when you're live all the time.
Wow, that's really nice. You know what else you did today that was really nice? You cheered 500 bits for that sweet Amazon Prime deal, where you can get 500 bits for 99 cents. It's a one-time offer. How cool is that?
Yeah.
How good did it feel when you cheered those bits, Wardy? I bet it felt amazing.
It felt, you know what, it didn't just feel amazing because I was turning $1 into $5. It felt even better because I'm half the receiver of that $5. It's like the shadiest deal I've ever done on Twitch.
It's like gifting yourself subs. It's like,
it's like I tipped myself $1.50 and you $2.50. Still like making money just to pee out of nowhere though. Felt good.
You're the magic man, Wardy. In fact, oh my god, Illuminati time, right? Wardy, flipped upside down, has an M, which stands for magic.
What's the rest of Wardy flipped upside down?
Australian.
Oh. No, I reckon it's... I'm actually gonna do this. I think it says... Oh my god, this is gonna be sick. Wardy upside down, if you type it in capitals... Oh...
Would be...
What's D upside down?
Just D. No, D like actually flips perfectly to still be D.
No, because the little bump on the bottom. Oh, if you can.
You said all caps. You literally just said. Get out.
I changed my mind.
Out.
I'm sorry.
So this is a full wall off, by the way, like a 100% seal on the base. I'm not sure what Bly's hoping to hide necessarily because he's not doing anything too tricky, but he is getting a lot of roaches starting to bulk up. He also just denied the overseer, which is a pretty big deal, so TLO won't be able to confirm that. But I mean, seeing a roach war in an Evo chamber's ticking away, I think TLO knows it's roaches. there's no bamboozle going on here.
Yeah. I think TLO has a very good idea of what's going on. He was a little bit late to take the third hatchery, but I took the back base though, so TLO will benefit from a couple of extra mineral patches. And again, you know, this is kind of what we saw in the last game while we talked and chatted on, where not really a lot happens for the first 6 to 8 minutes of the game, really, until people start getting roaches up and roach speed, and maybe we see some attacks. But otherwise, I mean, TLO already throwing down a hydrogen again.
By the way, just to clear up some confusion in chat, maybe, that 99 cents for 500 bits deal is only available to Prime users. So if you don't have Twitch Prime, you won't see the deal pop up.
Oh. I know.
But also, why don't you have Twitch Prime?
Confusing. I got the deal, right? And
yo, actually, can we just pretend I'm not a broadcaster for 1 second, guys? Like, Amazon Prime gives you so much shit, super free shit, like 1-day shipping and all that stuff. You get the Prime Video service, and then you also get all the benefits of Twitch Prime on top of that. Like, it might actually be my best investment every month. If we're gonna be real.
Pretty crazy.
But okay, a lot of Ravagers coming, but not ready just yet. They'll pop in a second. Roach for Roach, though. Looks like a little bit better for Bly. He's got more numbers than TLO, but TLO's got Defender's advantage, which is incredibly valuable. Also, I guess at some point he could reinforce with Lings, because he's got speed where Bly doesn't, but that's it's kind of a nuanced push to end the game. Not really something you'd use here for the defense. So he starts pumping out Hydras behind this. Groove Spine's on the way. This is looking all too reminiscent of the way last game shaped up.
Yeah. I like the movement across the map here from Bly because I feel like TLO's got enough to defend and I want TLO to win and take a straight game. Go TLO!
Rifkin, did you do your taxes? No, I went and saw Ready Player One yesterday instead. I really need to do my taxes, guys, or BaseTradeTV is not going to be business next year.
God damn it, Rifkin.
I got till the 30th, though. I guess everyone... I didn't realize America does it same month, but much earlier. So I've still got a little bit of time. I'm at the stage, though, with my taxes, by the way, guys, where, like, I've got an accountant, right? I just have to give him the information. It's just so much data entry is so boring. My brain doesn't want to do it, Wardy.
I've got an accountant. It's so much easier. It's great.
I wish I could just give my PayPal password and my credit card info. I'm like, here, just do the things.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was just like, I like did some rough stuff, and I was like, here's a pile of information. Here's some money. I'll see you like next week, right? Have fun.
Well, we got the attack looming. This is still a bit of an odd time. TLO is actually not quite collected for this. But unit composition, I still favor TLO. 16 Hydras. I mean, he's got less roaches, sure. But he's got way more damage potential through auto attacks. For Bly, it's a bit of a gamble. If he lands Corrosive Biles, then his Ravagers are amazing. But the chances of landing Corrosive Biles is pretty low against somebody like TLO who knows how to play and, more importantly, knows how to split.
Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Can't see.
It's just, I know, it's such a beautiful game, Morty. No one will blame you for crying. StarCraft 2 is like the best thing I see every day. Except for that picture I have of you on my wall.
What, the one where you won the replay and you put a pin on the wall?
Actually, it's a picture of Nate with your replay on it, so never mind.
But I thought
What I'm trying to say is Nate's a beautiful man, guys.
I don't think you actually have a picture of me, so I thought that was the closest thing you had.
Bria Lisa, lucky girl.
I'm so jealous. Ooh. So. Hi.
Sorry, I was still fantasizing about Nate.
Sorry, I can actually see you get down. I had a real disaster there. I literally couldn't see for a moment. What's happened? There's Hydras, there's Roaches, there's Ravagers.
That's always, I love that's the best thing a caster can come in and say. So what's happened?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
In the last 20 seconds, you know, units have been moving around. You didn't say anything, so I had no clue. There's lurkers from Bly. The TLO has a massive army supply advantage. Can those lurkers find the magical damage? I mean, the last game.
Right, it has completely obliterated an army, and TLO sees this. He's got the Overseers over it. This time a lot more light units than armor units, but still not quite killing all the lurkers. Blight burrows, and unburrows to move out, and Corsair Ball saves the lurker, but oh, the auto attacks here still might be a little bit too much. Fuse is going into this one lurker. Oh. It's a cat. It's got 9 lives. It got 7 kills, but still dies.
I think Bly's reinforcements surely clean this up, right? And I mean, to be fair, he was like so far behind going into this fight. Let's fuse again. Bly comes out ahead. What a fight.
I'm trying to measure that though. Like for TLO, I guess, yeah, he didn't really get ahead back at home behind this. And Bly with that +1 Carapace, he's gonna get on +2, and that'll be nice.
Man, look at that army supply graph. It's like a roller coaster.
Wow, it really is. You hit the woo.
You can see the bit where everyone threw their arms up in the air. The Hydra's like woo, but actually they're getting hit by lurkers.
I can't do that, man. I've been on roller coasters, and like I am too much of a pussy to put my hands in the air.
Yeah. I'm like my knuckles are going white from gripping onto like the safety bar so much. I'm like.
So TwitchCon last year had like the Queen Mary amusement park thing, and there was one of the swing rides, which is like, you know, baby's ride. It's not that scary. I pulled my phone out thinking, okay, cool, I'll do like a selfie video of me swinging on a swing. 2 seconds in, I'm like holding on for dear life. I'm like, I'm gonna drop my phone. I'm gonna drop my phone. I'm gonna drop my phone. Oh my god. I'm like clutching it to my chest.
I never really enjoyed roller coasters until I went to Netherlands last year. I went to a place called Efton, which is an amusement park. It's pretty fun.
You're kind of mumbling again there, buddy. To be honest, it's hard to hear you.
Thermal went on roller coasters. It was mental.
Oh man, that sounds like the greatest Terran date of all time.
Yeah, it really was. It was such a nice day as well. Meanwhile, Roaches of Bly died to TLO.
Oh, what if you could construct roller coasters between your bases as Terran? Then you could just load the SCVs up and run away. When instead of pulling the SCVs, you just roller coaster them out of there.
It takes too long because they've got to sit down and make sure everyone's strapped in, pulling the seatbelt, make sure they're all ready to go.
Well, they're already in a suit that has a seatbelt. It would just be redundant to need another one. Actually, you know what? Knowing Terran, there's like a 10% chance you fly out of the seatbelt and just like kill yourself anyways. Friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Oh, that'd be pretty sick though. A roller coaster to transport between base. I'm down for. I'm down to try it out next patch.
It's like, you know when people would do that thing, you make like 7 bunkers in a row and just keep loading and unloading units from one to the other instantly. So you just teleport a marauder across the map through bunkers. Do that, but with SCVs.
TLO's got quite the army once again right here.
He's up 40 supply, but more than that even, because Bly's got a lot of his units sharking around the sides of the map. So realistically, if TLO throws everything he has into the defense of Bly, granted, Bly's got lurkers and spore crawlers, and he's got some home field advantage here. TLO's up realistically like almost 60 supply to this, though.
Oh my god, the lurkers though. He's targeted down the overseers. All the overseers are dead. TLO has no detection.
Oh shit, that's a problem.
This keeps happening.
Oh, well, this goes on. That's it.
That's it?
Rest in peace, TLO.
Man, that was a secondary. That was like the end of the roller coaster right there as well.
It really was. But hey, Bly survives the group, and he'll come out in second place with a 2-0. And I guess more importantly, move on to group stage 2. I'm a little sad to see TLO go, to be honest with you. I was really looking forward to some more Team Liquid versus Team Liquid action, but Mana, for the first time in his career, isn't going to have to fight another Team Liquid player in the round of 8. What?
Oh my god. Unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable. But congratulations to Bly. So that's going to round things out. So the 8 players moving forward are Harstum, Namshar, Raynor, Drogo, Optimus, Mana, DNS, and Bly. We'll have to figure out seeding because I don't know what those are off the top of my head. But yeah, those are your 8 players for group stage 2. And the dates at the moment are the 23rd and the 25th. So pretty much right after Nation Wars is done, we'll go right back into the BTSL Europe.
That's next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But all right, we're not actually done with the cast yet, guys. So this was the conclusion of the European group. We now have the amateur tournament, platinum and below grand finals. These are going to be terrible games, and we look forward to them every week. So sit tight. We're going to go to some commercials. When we get back, we should have this last best of 3 to tide you all over. Thank you for enjoying the show, and if you are taking off, have a wonderful day, but I hope to see you guys in a few minutes.